This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out you.
You guys cool? Alright. Sway's Universe, Shade 45. This is Tracy G. We are over at Soundset 2016. Right over here, I got my man Murs. Murs, say what up?
What up, dog?
And then I've got 9th Wonder, of course, to my left. 9th, say something.
What's up, man?
And my eyes just saw such a wild cardio session that took place on stage with your man Murs, who's trying out to be the next great gymnast or something. Please give the people a recap of what happened who weren't able to see.
I have my toe touch. I've been doing it for like 20 years now. Bust my ass today. Having to bust that happens for all the greats, man. So I feel like I'm finally like.
You never failed nothing like that?
Never on stage.
Wow.
I know it in Dallas one time, but that was like because it was a faulty stage. It wasn't like I did something
Right.
maybe, but
Oh my
I
God.
busted my ass today, like in the moment, you know, like Buster falling like the Smoking Cruise tour,
Yeah.
jumped on the speaker.
Right.
So I feel honored, man. I'm not embarrassed at all.
And now you've proven that you are immortal, like the rest of us.
Yeah, just a regular man
Yeah.
trying to be a regular.
Right, no virgin to mistakes. Okay, cool. Well, since we're over here at Soundset, I always am curious about the difference between the energy at festivals and at concerts. Do you guys see a difference, or is it just all the same as long as there's a stage, then it feels the same?
Nah, it's a different vibe, man, because you got people that are, like, there's people in the front that aren't there to see you. It's a good challenge, man, because you got to rock them, you got to win them over, man. And for those, I think for us, like, a lot of them are here, like, here, some newer type of,
Yeah, turn up, situations, all
yeah, all
that.
that type of stuff. So they think hip hop is lame, and we don't, it's not lit. So even when I fall, jump around and see, oh, there's energy to this whole bad type of stuff. Carrying on the legacy of like KRS and Public Enemy and Tribe, because Tip is amazing. You know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah.
just giving energy to traditional classic rap is dope to me. So yeah, rocking with a DJ. Where are you?
Yeah, let's talk about this. Is DJ the appropriate title for when you're on
Yeah, well, I'm
stage?
gonna say, man. I'm gonna say that loser, the fall guy.
But you know what was so great? Because you guys had your spontaneity on point. It almost seemed like that was planned. I was like, hold up, what's going on? Because Nathan was chilling in the back. He's like, son, the Olympics are in the summer, not now.
Yeah, right.
What's the craziest thing that you've seen on stage, Ninth?
With him,
Not even necessarily. If it has to be Murs, that's cool. But anyone else, because you've been on stage with so many damn people.
I think that's up there pretty high, to be honest. Because I've been seeing him do it for so long.
This nigga didn't come and help me or no shit like that. He didn't try to come down like, hey, that's my man, yo, boy.
I was just making sure he wasn't unconscious.
And he
He started talking on the mic, I was like, he fine, shit.
And he trusted your resilience, okay? That's what that is. All right, a couple current events that I want to get your guys' thoughts on. One, I'm sure you guys heard what happened in Irving Plaza in New York when Tip was headlining and Troy Ave is currently arrested. And what I thought was interesting to add to the narrative is the New York Police Commissioner, he was talking about hip-hop and saying how it glorifies violence too much. And then we have a lot of superstars who don't detach from their past. And they have a lot of guys from their own neighborhood that are still influencing them negatively. What do you guys feel about that type of statement being made in light of the shooting?
What's crazy is that these New York City commissioners and any commissioner, anybody who ever watched an American-made movie, you know, they don't talk about Steven Seagal or or Clint Eastwood or all these people that they love, you know, Charles Bronson or all of these great these action heroes has been shooting guns for years on screen and get paid millions and millions of dollars for it. So it's not like, you know, we can blame hip-hop for an American problem. This is an American problem. Gun violence is an American problem. Like, you know, it's no different from some school being shot up with you know, a mass killing at a school or
At a church.
or at a church or at a post office or anything. You know what I mean? When somebody like a Troy Ave is doing something, we don't know what it's about. We don't know if it's, you know, self-defense or whatever. We don't know the actual story, and praying for the victims and the people that got hurt in the situation. We don't know the actual story, but there's nothing said about, you know, a kid who comes into church in Charleston and shoots 9 people. There's nothing said about his music, nothing said about anything. Oh, he's a troubled youth. He's this, he's that, he's had problems, blah, 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 blah. But when something like this happens, it's blamed on a whole entire culture. And I think that's just unfair.
I see that as socially irresponsible as well on a personal level. Murs, what about you?
I see his point. I feel like you talk about something and whatever, but I also feel like if we want rappers to, like, he has a point, like, but if we want rappers to be respected by, like, actors, stop saying that you keep it real. Stop saying that that's really you. It's okay if you're not living it. It's still entertaining us. I love gangster rap. And I know if there's a movie showing that Dr. Dre and Ice Cube were never gangbangers, it doesn't make me love the music any less. I'm from LA. I knew who they were and what it was in the streets. They were telling a story, and I enjoyed it. And I think we enjoy it responsibly, and you can't blame it on rap, because how many rap shows happen in New York annually? And no one is shot. You can't blame it on that. You know, I do want music to be less violent, and I want rappers to stop posturing and pretending. But one incident, and there's been, like, let's not take it back to the 80s where they stopped having rap shows. Like, there's a whole era where there wasn't rap tours allowed because of this stigma. It's not, like you said, the problem is in the community. Rap stopped touring after NWA. There was not a lot of nationwide rap tours. And the violence escalated. 92, 93, when I was going to high school in LA, was hot as hell. It had nothing to do with rap music. I was listening to Midnight Marauders like most of my friends. And there was still, people were getting shot all the time. So if it's the music, then you could ban rap tomorrow and we're still gonna have a problem. And like you said, America has that violence problem. And that's the real problem. And of course, you're taking the light off of what happened is someone was injured and shot. And Troy is now going to jail, and I'm sure he has a family. Like, there's a lot of other stuff. T.I. lost the concert somewhere else because of it. Like, the people, he's losing money for his family. Like, this is senseless. And I wish we do with the problem of violence overall.
There's a lot of layers to it. And speaking about violence when it just comes to this nation as a whole, it brings me into politics. Murs, I really wish you were still going with this presidential campaign, son, because I'm scared. We're getting down to, like, the final hours or, close enough to it. If Trump wins, are y'all going to be in the getaway car to Canada or nah?
Sheesh, man, I thought about it. I don't know. I've already talked to him. When I thought Obama might lose, I asked my grandparents, I was like, you were my ancestors. Like, how do y'all feel about me just running? Because, like, I was like, y'all fought for a lot to stay in this country. And my grandfather said, nah, they still don't care about us. They never did. Go somewhere. Get somewhere where they love you at is always. But I don't know, man. If there's a plan to fight, if there's a plan, not a rapper, not an armchair Twitter activist, there's a real somebody with a plan. If there's a new Bunchy Carter or Bobby Seale that has a real plan of action that's not copying Fidel Castro or Che Guevara, that's something new and progressive. Dr. King and Malcolm X, all those people are good, but we have to build and add on to the plan. And it can't be someone seeking fame or trying to sell an album. I want somebody that's really responsible. I will get behind 100%. I will put my life on the line and do it. I'm not trying to march, but if we're gonna take up arms in a responsible manner, cool. If we're gonna go to the courts and file an actual motion, cool, but I'm not gonna stand in the street with you. I'm not gonna make a sign. I'll put my money down. I'll put my life down. I'll put whatever it takes behind whatever it takes. And I say we fight it. And also, like, at the end of the day, like, I also have faith to still vote, because I was just in Congress from the Music First campaign, and a lot of the senators, Hakeem Green from Brooklyn, super cool brother, Representative Bed-Stuy, went to his office. And there's a lot of people that want more help. So if you get out there and vote for a Democratic House, they'll shut Trump down. Just like the Republicans shut Obama down, everything he tried to do, there'll be Democrats in office representing your voice. Because when it comes to presidential election and super delegates and all that shit gets confusing. But your district, your vote, it really counts. And it puts people like Hakeem Green and other senators in place that are going to fight Trump tooth and nail. So that's why there's checks and balances. So don't give up because there's this jackass at the top. Because we had a good man at the top and he wasn't allowed to do half of the stuff he really could have done because of a bullshit Congress. So if we put a righteous Congress in place, it'll balance it, check and balance the fuck out of him. So I'm hoping for that. I don't want to run. I'm not into running. But I got to do what's best for my kid. You know what I mean? But I'm down to fight and I'm open to plans and strategies. But if you didn't vote, don't say shit to me.
Thank you. Very, very thoughtful and informative. 9th, what about you?
They say the best music is made when a Republican is in office.
Say what?
Yeah, that's kind of the saying, because there's a sense of, the art community struggles or finds struggle when a Republican is in office. when we got a lot of money, we gonna talk about we got a lot of money. But when we're like in a midst of quote unquote struggle or quote unquote oppression, our subject matter starts to change. So I think that it's a reflection of the time. It's the zeitgeist of the time. So I think that's important. We look at that. Although he may be the loudest and the most obnoxious candidate we've ever seen, we've had presidents that's done way worse. So, but I think, to piggyback off what Murs said, it's very important to vote. If you're online and talking on Twitter and you're not exercising your right to vote and want to complain about what's going on, then shut the fuck up. Like, it's just you can't say anything. You know what I mean? And it's going to take us all to vote, to go out to the polls and vote from a national level to a local level. We have to vote all the way across the board. And we just have to remember, like Murs said, if Trump becomes president, whoever becomes president, they're not the boss. You're not the boss of Burger King. You're just the manager. So, and managers have supervisors too. So there it is.
Come on with the analogies, boy. Okay, good. You guys have calmed me down. I feel a little bit safer. Okay, one more thing, just because we're in the stream of politics right now. Another hot topic is about the trans community being able to choose which type of bathroom they want to go into. North Carolina, then on top of that, there are 7 states that are actually suing Obama because of his mandate saying that anyone who identifies as transgender in a school, in a high school, can choose whichever bathroom. So he's got states on his ass. How do you guys feel about it?
I don't understand. And I'm pro, you know me. Everybody knows my story. I'm super pro gay rights and everything. The transgender thing has transcended me. I have no idea. I'd say, yeah, because you give my son a choice. Right now, my son is 3 years old, and people talking about being aware of sexuality. He took me into Victoria's Secret yesterday on his own. He got off the elevator yesterday at the hotel, saw a bunch of women in nice dresses, got out. He said, "What's up?" I said, "What you want to do with them?" I want them to come back in my room. For what?
Wait, what?
I want to go to Talking Girls. I want to talk with the girls.
And you saw he gave me that hug with the swiftness.
So I'm like, yo, I don't know what it, because my son will tell you in a minute. Yeah, which bathroom you want to use? Because my son has a pink bike as well. My son wears whatever. If he wants to wear a tutu, my son will wear a tutu. Are you gonna call him trans? I know he's heterosexual from right now. I know. But because he wears a tutu to school and he tells you, okay, today I want to go in the girls' bathroom, that's not making it safe for those. I know I'm not. My son's gonna try to hug on those girls and do all kind of things at this age. And we don't watch pornography in my house. We don't, that. So it's natural. And I don't know. I think there needs to be a lot more discussion and debate before you throw out a mandate like that. Because I don't understand, and I'm looking to understand it. I've talked to transgender people and some transgender teens, and I'm trying to get an understanding. But until everyone has that understanding, at private schools, that's fine. In your home, that's fine. At your private golf course, country club, but you can't put that mandate out for public school. Nah.
Interesting. 9th, you feel the same way or a little bit different?
Some places they go, especially in clubs and places like that, man, there's unisex bathrooms. Like, it's just straight, come use the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I'm with Murs. It's kind of a tricky conversation because I'm not that well versed in it, and but we do live in the land of freedom. It depends on who's controlling the freedom, right? So so that's what it is. Like I said, I would like to do more research on the topic, especially since it's in my state. I know it's a lot of people coming to a lot of concerts being canceled because of it. Wow. Yeah, they're canceling concerts. Back and forth about, just like in certain times they cancel concerts on the, stand your ground law. A lot of people wouldn't go to Florida because, or whatever. So it's definitely a tricky conversation, especially when it comes to raising kids. Yeah.
The kids, like we said, unisex bathrooms, if we're in adults, cool. Make a transgender bathroom or I don't care. Like I said, I know people who are transgender. I just don't understand it. But even if a gay man wants to use the women's bathroom because he feels, I'm okay with that. But these are men and women. When it comes to children still figuring themselves out, let's talk about it a little more. Like, children is a different thing, and I want the child to feel safe. So if transgender kids get to use the staff bathroom, that's fine. Like the teacher's lounge bathroom or something like that. Let's make it. I'm all for making it feel comfortable, but putting other kids in it, because I don't understand it as adults. So how can you expect a 6th grader or a 3rd or 1st grader to understand that?
But sometimes kids in general are just open to so much more because they're less conditioned than us as adults. You know what I mean? Okay, last question. Super freaking important, okay? You guys ready for it? Khloe Kardashian, she just filed for her 2nd divorce from Lamar Odom. If you had to choose for her to date a new black man, who would it be?
Me?
You're the qualified candidate.
Why not? Not why.
9th, you agree with that?
I'm not that well versed on the Kardashians. Like, I don't. I know. You know, of course, I know Mr. and Mrs. West. You know what I'm saying? I know Mr. and Mrs. West. You know what I mean? I met Mrs. West one time, you know, with Kanye. I mean, to be honest, man, I don't. The last rich family I follow like that, to be honest, was like when I used to watch Dynasty in Dallas with my mama. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't. The stories. Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, All My Children, like those are the last like super like rich family that had problems or whatever that I follow. I don't, you know what I mean? I just don't. Okay.
He a professor out here. All right, Murs, well, looks like you ain't got no competition, so you in the lead for Khloe. Look out for this one right here. Soundset, guys, this is Sway's Universe, Shade 45. Stay tuned for more.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.